All right. Okay, it's gonna be a hot one today. It is so warm here. But I'm trying to get this paint out of the tube. But I left my paints out again last night, so they're completely dried up. Honestly, if I had another tube, I'd probably just cut this one open, but I think I need to keep this. What's up, Blue? Yeah, I left my paint out. So now we have, I don't know if that looks like it's all clogged up. Okay, there we go. Sometimes you like think it's clogged and you squeeze it really hard and then all of it comes out everywhere. You might need some tweezers or something. It is so warm. Okay. Okay, we'll get that later. But yeah, this is the painting we're working on. I'd say we're like a good, probably a good like 50 to 60% done. Let's see, is this? Okay, we can turn that on and off. I'll keep that off for now until we start painting again. I hate that I'm so lazy with these paints because now they're going to be really hard to get out. Oh my goodness, it's so difficult. Okay. The worst part is I'm not even going to learn my lesson. I'm probably going to do it again and leave my paints out to dry. Goodness, and this now has a carpet hair on it. Carpet fuzz. I think that's enough paint anyway. That should be enough. How's your day going, Blue? What time is it for you? It's not even the acrylic's fault, it's my fault because I left them out to dry. Oh, it's pretty late, okay. Goodness. I don't know what time I thought it was. I guess I thought it might have been a little earlier for you. I really should have gotten these out or put these in a Ziploc bag at least. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe today I'll actually be smart. And I'll put them in a bag before the night's over. Okay, this one's pretty bad too. So yeah, I haven't worked on this painting since last night. Oh my goodness. I'm always so worried when I'm filming videos and stuff that I have like clean hands. But today we're gonna that's a foregone option. There's literally been times where I've filmed a whole video or like a whole short or something and I just didn't post it because my nails weren't clean enough. I feel like it's so hard as a guy, like goodness, I do all kinds of things. My nails get dirty. Let me grab. Yeah, my nails are like... Actually, that's not even true. My nails are usually clean. There's just periods of time where I'm doing yard work or something, and all of a sudden my nails are like black. Okay, that should be good. Let me see, is the audio good? Just periods of time. Yeah, the audio's fine. Okay. There we go. Okay. We just need this ultramarine to come out. It sounds like it. It sounds really gross. Let me see if I can make the noise for you guys. Whatever. It sounds gross in this tube. Yeah, it's really just this tube. That's crazy. You're concerned with dirty nails, but paint stains on hands. Oh yeah, I just broke this brush. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not super concerned with it, but it's more so inside the nails. It's more so like when I get stuff under my nails. That's when I start feeling like I look really gross if I ever have stuff under my nails. Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness, finally. Finally, that took so long. Okay, so we got ultramarine blue. We didn't put this down yet. Burnt sienna. We already put this color down. We put down titanium white. Mars black we put down, ivory black we put down, Indian yellow we put down. Okay, yeah, we got all of our colors. We didn't put down green. So let's put down some green. Oh, this one's, I think this might be cooked. This one's might be fully done for. There wasn't a lot of paint in this tube to start with. Let's see if we can't coax it out of there. Oh, there we go. We got it. Boom. Okay. So there's our palette. It's so hot. Okay, our palette is ready. I'm gonna put up the reference. Let's put the reference up. There we go. So this is the reference I'm working from. Oops. It's a picture I took last month, I think, maybe 2 months ago. But I knew one day it would come in handy, so here we are using it finally. Okay, there we go. Okay, where did we leave off? I think the last thing we touched were the trees, I'm pretty sure. So I think what might make sense is... I think the water would be a good place to start. Because I really need to do two things with the water. We need to go brighter and then we need to go darker as well. So the topmost layer, let's see, can I pull it up? Let's go to my Canva. The topmost like value I think is kind of like a grayish green. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the topmost layer is kind of like a gray, mostly like a gray blue. My main goal is I just want this to look similar to my sketchbook paintings. Like I want this to kind of give off the same thing. So I feel like a lot of times my acrylic stuff does not. That might be too green. To add some more blue into that. Ooh, that might be too blue. Let's see. I need to figure out how I can get both up at the same time. I did it yesterday. Let's see. How do I put both screens up? There we go. Okay. There we go. So funny, you spend 4 years studying like technology and then you still have to figure stuff like that out on your own. It's like common sense stuff. So the ripples kind of get bigger as they come towards us. So I'm gonna try do that, focus on that. This is probably like the second brightest value that's going to be on the water. I think we're still going to need another one. That's probably better for you guys. There'll probably be another brighter value, but that's going to be like in very sparse little taps of color, I guess. Also, on the topic, similarly to the nail thing, I said that there's some times where I filmed a video and like not posted it because like I just wanted to make sure my nails were like 100% clean. There was one time where I filmed a complete video. I filmed a whole video. It was like edited and everything. I was so proud of it. And then I was trying to save space to film another video and I just deleted it. So that video will never be found again, and I probably won't film that same idea again. There's a chance, but I kind of doubt it at this point. So yeah, that video's been lost to time. Or lost to my mistake. And I thought that video was really good too. You know, it would be nice if I had like a mini paint stand right here. I do have one, but I feel like that would be too big for this setup right now. I don't like the shape of this middle tree. I'm gonna try to even it out. It's a little bit frustrating, but for the most part it's fun. For the most part I really enjoy it. There's like little things that get on your nerves. It's more so like it just gets in the way of like making a painting. That's the only thing. Like having to think about the painting as well as the video. That's one of the things that's kind of annoying about it. But it's still fun. Like I enjoy the aspect of like planning a video and editing it up, editing the video, and doing all kind of stuff like that. I think that's fun. But it's definitely not fun when you put a lot of effort into a video and it does poorly. Like I know probably shouldn't care too much about that, but that's definitely like a demoralizing thing. Okay, I'm gonna try. Let's see if we can put in some of these details and see if they help. We have a couple branches. We have one really like swooping branch over here. So let's try that. Let's make sure that we have a thin enough brush. And let's try to sweep a branch in. Mostly just dark brown, I guess. Let's see, kind of just here, and then kind of comes in. This little hook thing, and then connects back here. Oops. There we go. And then we'll just have to add that top layer in again. The lighter value. But I think that looks pretty good. There's a whole lot of these little these little branches, so we're gonna add them in. There we go. And then there's some more on this side. There's not really any in between, but I think that would be kind of cool if there were. I'm gonna hold off on doing this one that goes under the water, or like into the water. Some kind of little nub here. Okay. I think we need to make this line darker at the bottom. So we're gonna take a blue and do it with that. I don't know how you guys are, but whenever it's really hot, I get like sleepy. I get very sleepy. I feel like some people would get like irritated and they roll around, but I start getting like really like, have a hard time holding my eyes open. But I feel like actually either way, like if it's really cold, I start feeling really sleepy. Like I start feeling like I need to, pass out. Not pass out, but like go to bed. But also if it's like too hot during the day, I just start feeling like really like low energy. Okay, there we go. I think that looks a little... a little better. I'm kind of thinking I might end up making the sky opaque. I get sleepy. Yeah, I think that's the feeling I'm talking about. Like I start feeling really sleepy, but also like if I have sweat, I have a hard time getting to bed with like sweat. Yeah, it's kind of a worst case scenario. You feel tired, but you also can't get to bed. That's terrible. Okay, let's add in like the widest value, the brightest value. I'm gonna try to mix it as opaque with as little water as possible, because that's when we're gonna start seeing the value shifts when we add too much water. So let's try to mix this very light. Even though my instinct is to add so much water, but let's almost do like almost no water. You might have to go another even less water to get what I'm going for, which is good. At least we get like a step. We get to step into it and not just instantly. We're at white. Yeah, I think that's an underrated skill, I guess, or like a detail that's added to paintings, is when the highlights have like a gradual like step up into the highlight. I don't know if mine's gonna have that because it does look really bright right now, but I think it's gonna darken out, just because we're not using pure white, so it's not gonna be pure white regardless. The fact that we have another color mixed in means it's gonna be something darker than white. Okay, there we go. Whew. Yeah, my eyes are starting to get heavy now. Honestly, my eyes are getting heavy. Whew. It's not even late for me. Blue for you, it's like what? What is 23? 23 is like 11:50. I think 23 is 11, right? Because you do 12, 23 minus 12, and you get 11. Okay, what's the next most obvious thing? We could actually add in that branch I was talking about earlier. So it kind of just dips from here into the lake. I think I might do it a little differently than it looks on the painting, on the reference. If we just did it like that, and we just had it like do that. Kind of looks like a shadow, to be honest with you, until we add in the upper value on top of these branches. Okay, this up here should be way more complicated, so I think I'm gonna use that actually, and not try to avoid it. Okay, okay, okay. I think we're ready for a white value on the water. I think I'm ready to do it. Let's just mix pure white, almost no water either. A little bit of water, but that's about it. This is a good principle with any medium painting. It's like the closer to white, or the closer to like pure highlight, the less water, the less anything else you want to have in the paint mix, which is kind of obvious, I feel like, but water lessens the value, other colors lessen the value. So this is about as close to white as we can get. Pretty much just pure paint. Add those little highlight spots. We could do like a water splatter, like a brush splatter thing. I don't know if that would work. That might honestly take away from the painting. We do have some leaves up here, which I guess would be good. But you know what? First we should do the lighter value that I was talking about earlier. The lighter value of the branches. Which for the most part is like a gray. We don't have burnt umber either. Let's grab burnt umber. Burnt umber. Oops. Oh, we didn't grab cadmium yellow either. I totally forgot about those two colors. Okay, let's put the burnt umber on. And then we'll also add on this cadmium yellow, or cadmium free yellow. Which we might not actually need today, but okay. There we go, that's closer. I'm gonna make sure it's opaque though, because I don't want to have a big like water blob on the painting. Okay, let's see how this looks. Too light. Too light. We need to add more black and more blue. More brown. Blue and when I first like got into painting, blue and brown was like a revolutionary color mixture. It's crazy. The fact that you could mix gray so easily, or you could mix blacks and not have to use black paint, that was like a game changer. I feel like purple and yellow is similar, but purple and yellow is a little like less. I don't use purple and yellow nearly as much as I use brown and blue. The original thought for this painting was to try to get it done in an hour, but I think we're well past that now. We've got to be on at least like hour 3. Or maybe hour 2.5, something like that. Because we did start, I was thinking last stream was like 2 hours, but for the first like hour and a half we were doing another painting, so it wasn't this one. So we actually might be closer to 2 hours on this one now. Oops, you guys can't even see. I'm sorry. I get so in the zone I forget that I'm streaming. Okay, I want to add in some of these small leaves up in the top. That should be good enough. I don't want them to be too opaque though. There we go. Let's add some more brown or something. Make them not so vibrant. Okay, that should be good enough. I'm gonna try again, because this middle patch of leaves, or this middle patch of foliage is much brighter. So let's see if we can't kind of make it that way. Because right now it kind of just blends into everything else. Okay, that should be good. Let's see. Kind of hard to get a good view on the painting. Everything is kind of spawning from the shape of this brush, honestly, which I think it would look different if I had a smaller, sharper brush right now. But I don't want to switch off yet. Maybe we will in a second here though. It's actually crazy how little I switch brushes when I'm painting. Especially when I'm on location. Like, I do pretty much the whole thing with just about one brush. And it's really rare. I used to carry a bigger brush for the beginning. Like, I would start off with a big wash of color. But now even that, I've gotten used to just doing that with a small brush. It's probably like a size 6 round brush. That's what I've gotten used to. Okay, I like that. I like that. I think we need more of this blue as we move out to the sides. So these light leaves can be a different color. I haven't gotten the chance. It's been a little bit since I've done like a... Okay, that's not true, but I guess I wanted to say that I miss painting fall foliage. I can't think of... I did one a couple months ago, I remember, I think it was like... Might have been December. Might have been like November, December of last year. It's like the same time I did that video where I made the t-shirt and I dyed it with leaves. I don't remember how long ago that was. I feel like that was not that long ago. Yeah, I really do miss painting like orange and yellow trees and all that stuff. Let's use our really thin brush here. Once I'm done with these, I'm gonna try, or once I'm done with this painting, I'm gonna try to do, I'd like to build a nice little frame for it, honestly. I think that'd be cool. Maybe that could be a video as well. I'm gonna go back in with pure white paint and try to add something a little brighter. Because this is bright, but I feel like it could be even brighter. Just a tad bit brighter. Oh no, we're pretty much at white. But if we get a little more opaque, if we get a little more texture, we can squeeze something else out of it. Ooh, that might be too much. That is one thing that you kind of don't get with gouache. If you're not going to do like impasto, or like you're not going to build up a lot of texture with it. Sometimes I've gotten there, but it's never been on purpose. It's always been like as a mistake, where I've just spent too much time on the painting and now the layers have gotten too thick. But this is intentional. I'm trying to layer this highlight on really bright. I think if we're brave, we can layer in some of these little reeds and tweeds and twigs and whatever they're called. This paint's drying on my palette. That's how hot it is. This paint's drying on the palette. I'm gonna get a bigger brush to mix this up. Let's see. So some of them are green, some of them are like tan. So we'll mix up a green and we'll mix up a tan. That's pretty good. They're not really a specific green. Then we'll mix up a tan. Let's see. Okay, that should be good. All right, let's see how this looks. It's always dangerous when you load up your brush with too much water, especially in acrylic, because you can very well stain the canvas. I mean, I guess you can stain the paper with watercolor and gouache too, but it feels scarier with acrylic paint. There we go. I'm gonna add a darker green too. Okay, these come up here. And they pretty much go to the end of the canvas, so let's do that. Oh, that might have been too much. Okay, we can get a little random with these. There's a little something over here. I feel like when I paint from references, I'm a little bit less impressionistic, I guess the word would be. I feel like I'm a little more literal when I'm not painting from life and I have a photo in front of me. I want to bring back some of this blue in these shadows over here. what else is going on with this? We need the tan reeds, and then we need... See, upside down. Let's see what that looks like. We definitely need the tan reeds for sure. So let's just put those in. Yeah, blue is always a good idea. You know, blue. The other day, inspired by I forgot what you said, but something about me being out of blue paint. I did buy some new blue paint, so I now have blue gouache that I haven't had before. Okay, yeah, I bought some Holbein blue gouache, and it's pretty nice. They're very, very, very nice. Okay, this one, we either could do this or we could leave this one out. But this one here in the middle, let's see. This reed here in the middle, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor. But this reed here in the middle, the one that like cuts up into the tree line, I don't know if I wanna... No, I think we should. I think we should do it. I think we should go all the way up into the tree line. Because if not, I feel like it'd be kind of boring if we don't. So we're going to go all the way up into the tree line. I think it'd be too clean if we didn't go up into the tree line. Be a little too sanitized. So let's go from here. You gotta be careful with this one though. Start all the way up here. Do these little, whatever these are, these little curls. Everything feels so much more serious when I'm working with acrylic. I feel like I would have put that in with no thought. I would have just done it if I was working with gouache. I have not tried Holbein gouache, but they look great. It was really nice. It wasn't, I think it's one of Holbein's cheaper versions. Let's see if I have it on. I actually don't know where it's at. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. This was the tube. Let's see. Can you see it better? It's out of focus, but whatever. Holbein. It's been pretty nice so far. Oh, that's why I can't focus, because we're so far away. Alright, whatever. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. I think I'm definitely interested in buying some more of those. Especially because they're a little more, they're easier to find than, they've been easier to find than Shinhan, which I love Shinhan, but like I only know one site that even sells Shinhan. It does look professional, right? It wasn't even that expensive. Like I think that tube, well, I say not that expensive, but it was kind of expensive. That tube was like $10. I think it was like $9.99 for that tube. Which sounds really bad when you look at like how small the tube is. But there's some gouache brands that give you a lot of paint, but the reason they give you so much paint is because you run through it like nothing. So I've been happy, even though it wasn't like a ton of paint. It's been holding up pretty good so far. I'm kind of making this swamp look like a tropical resort, which I don't know if I really want to do. I think it's just because the water is really blue. That looks about right. I think we could do more with the, we probably should have done that before we got into covering up the water with the leaves or the reeds or whatever they're called. But I'd like to go back in here and add some more of these dark things and add another darker value. But I'll toss this color in here, just so it evens out. Alright, let's try to add in a darker value. Not super dark, but something darker. Let's add in a darker, more green value. That might be too bright. Let's darken it up still. I think next stream I might do vertical, but I don't know. The thing is, so the benefit of going vertical is that more people see it. But the thing is, I don't quite know how I would do this whole like triple camera, like this camera, then a reference image, if I were to do a vertical stream. But I feel like I could find that out. There's information out there. I'm yet to do one correctly. Like I did it last time, but I don't think it worked out quite. It didn't work out the way I planned it. Like I think it was still just a horizontal stream, but just had these big bars on the side. Okay, there we go. Let's add in this value. Make it look less tropical. It's very swampy now. There you go. Oops. Yeah, the value's getting darker quickly, very quickly. So we'll add some more white to that and see how that plays out. And then I'll go with another value darker as well. And I hope that that kind of evens everything out. Water is something that's like, there's been a couple times where I feel like I've really nailed it, but for the most part I feel like it's a feature I kind of struggle with. I'm not the most confident with painting water. Even though I love to do it, I paint it all the time. Just I'm not quite sure if I ever do it quite how I imagine it. Okay, let's write down what has gone right and what we need to improve on. So far, let's do 2 little columns. Good and improve. Let's put the reference away as well. So for good, let's get a, oh, sorry. We always double talk. Okay. Good and improve. The painting's not finished, but I think this is a good midpoint. What's easy? What should we improve? The trees need more depth. So tree depth. I like the highlight on the water, so that's something we can positive affirmation ourselves with. Highlight. Really, the trees are stressing me out. The trees, also the grass shadows. The grass needs shadows. Grass shadows. What else? I think tree texture as well. The tree texture. That just means like we need to like make it feel more like, I don't know, like the way it feels when you reach your hand into leaves or like into a tree. I think this looks very smooth. So we're gonna need to add texture, and then also there was another thing I forgot. And there's one more thing I forgot. That I wanted to improve on. It wasn't the highlight. It wasn't the. Oh, okay. It was the darker water. Darker water. Okay. Anything else that we love? I like the trees. I think the trees are pretty. Almost set. So I'll just put tree. Or tree foreground. Okay. Let's see, how long have we been streaming? Okay, I think I'm actually gonna call this a stream. Honestly, if it wasn't so hot, I might be down to go for another hour. But I think as it stands, I think we're gonna call this a stream. By the time I stream again, I might have this painting finished, honestly. And hopefully we'll be working on a frame. That will be really fun. I love working on frames and stuff. I did a stream a long time ago, working on frames. And yeah, I think hopefully that'll be the next stream. Probably not tomorrow, but sometime in the very near future. But all right, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. And if you want to support me, you can go to my Ko-Fi. That's like the best way. So yeah. But all right, see you guys. You're right. Ziploc my paint. All right. I'll see you, Blue. See you guys.